Hello everyone, I'm Steve. Mark's not around at the moment, and this is Smokey Steve and Marc. Welcome or welcome back. Happy Thursday. Oh, Thursday. It means Friday is tomorrow. Tomorrow I have a half a day in the office, half a day at the drop-in center where I work, which is good because, in the morning I have stuff to do. And then by 11:30 or so I end up going to sit over there and keep an eye on things, and it makes the afternoon fly on Friday. This is my trade-off that every other Friday I'm usually off. So work is in the mix, I did struggle a little bit this week, so we're going to start with the and then we're going to finish on the positive note and where things are going. So I started to notice something the day before Sunday's Live. Now, if you went to Sunday's Live, you'll see that it's scratchy. I couldn't get the camera to work right. We're working on that. And I was starting to try to make a point about something. And by the time I had look at my notes and say, here's what this is doing, you can believe what the bitch is doing, whatever. And I'm like, so yeah, what that really brings me back to is when Chantal, and I missed the point, and it's not there. And I ended up murmuring to myself and going on to the next thing. Now, a little bit of that is okay, but I couldn't get myself together to stay on topic for the whole thing that we were talking about, and I was leading the discussion. So that kind of caught me off guard a little bit, because usually one of my measuring sticks of doing well is that it interferes with almost nothing. Or at least I can pretend it's not interfering with things. But I had needed some time to rest this week also. Monday, Tuesday are a blur. I don't really remember them. I worked, did everything. We ate, we talked, we filmed Mondays with Mark, we did stuff. I was just pulling and pulling, and the reason I'm pulling and pulling is not mood-wise. I have bipolar disorder. Don't you dare look surprised. And I can't get my head around what I'm feeling right now and what I'm experiencing right now in light of that. I don't feel moody. I'm not having crying jags. Maybe this is the good stuff. I'm not crying, petting the cat before going to work, afraid that he's going to die before I get home. This is good. I have the similar thing for my parents and my dad, because that's my shelter of world. Like, these people are my most solid, and if they die, I die too. Or what do I do after that? That kind of unclaimed property I would be kind of feeling like. So you see where we started not feeling well one day to I'm being dropped off at a Salval because they can't stand me anymore by Wednesday. So I told Mark what was going on. I had kept work in the loop because Mark has physical stuff and I have the mental stuff. Now, fortunately, the month of July is my anniversary of working there. And on that month, you get to re-up on all the paid time off that you get for your contract. So mine went from, I forget how much. I still have a couple days left, but I get like 6 or 7. It's not a ton, but it's enough, especially when you get every other Friday almost off. So you can build a nice little short weekend in there. But I don't know, now I have to use my time for last summer I had to use my time all in July because I ended up in the hospital because I had MRSA. And then we went to go see Rent in Scranton in a black box theater that was half the size of a usual black box theater for free. And while we're there, I'm like draining. 20 minutes before we're going to the show, I'm like, Mark, get in here, I don't know what's wrong. So that medical craziness took up that time off. I'm more or less okay. I pick up a day and a half of time per month. It's not even though about the actual work I'm doing. I can get the work done within a month. Sometimes it's more arduous. Sometimes I feel like it's not imposter syndrome exactly, but I don't feel like I'm doing it very well. Like a grown-up needs to check my work, to make sure it's okay. Lost a touch of confidence in my ability to keep track of things. Now, it was really awful late winter. Bad enough that it was like, there was consequences across the board for that. And it wasn't trying to be blowing things off, the thought comes, I meditate on it, I get distracted by something with a shiny tail, and it goes. I'm not alleging ADHD or adult ADD or anything like that. It's never been one of the problems I'd had. So I don't think it's that exactly. But I'm not digging for new diagnoses. I'm just trying to go one day to the next, to the next, to the next. So I did have to take a little break this week, but wrap up tomorrow, start again Monday, and we just keep moving from there. So those are some of the bumming things. One that is it's the one that scares me. Y'all know I'd rather be dead than crazy for the most part. And then pulling that aside, the idea that I'm starting to go crazy, but nobody knows but me. So, like, if I don't tell anybody, because if I don't say anything, people assume I'm fine. They don't know what's going on behind these long lashes. There's a whole nonsense fantasia going on the entire time, trying to pull me away from things that I care about and stop me from doing activities I like and stop me from spending time with people, and then isolate yourself and then turn around and go, see, I knew you'd all abandon me. All of you. All right, so now the good. We're still engaged in treatment. I still have a cat. You can hear him kneading. Oscar's been my support animal through this. I see Oscar every morning, and then I see him when I get home, and it's now at the point where he looks for me, so it feels like nice to come home. Not that Mark's not happy to see me, I think, but the cat definitely is, and he has no idea how long I've been gone either. So I have, a bit of a morning routine. I started going to work about half an hour to 45 minutes earlier. I start at 9. I have to punch in for exactly at 9, which means I have to get there actually earlier. And then I have some extra time to catch up in the morning and get settled. I have an office of my own. We all just moved offices not long ago, and I have a space of my own. It's right next to the bathroom. I think if they put a water cooler in, it's going to be right next to it too, which would be nice. So, of course, I think I'm getting fired, and then when we transition, they give me an office. So I have no assessment of I have no idea. But I do have an open discussion at work with what's going on. By the nature of the kind of the work I do, it comes up. I work as a certified peer specialist. So I'm a person with a mental health concern who is certified to provide services to other individuals in recovery and to help them live a life that can still be full while in light of having other disabilities. I don't know what the hell that was. I got nothing. I think a phone call tried to come through and we might have stopped talking. Oh, God. So, again, on the good side, good coworkers, solid. With Mark having, we each have the kind of thing that you can go to bed and wake up and you're not sure if what the day is going to be like right away, and I had my scary mornings, but again, getting up earlier and getting out the door, to me, makes the morning less scary. I get settled into my spot before people get there. I'm not walking into a bunch of, hey, good morning, I work with some morning people, or if they're not, they're doing real good, putting on for it. So I have that comfort there. I'm also in the space of my credential, because I'm a peer specialist, runs out. It's not good forever. And I need to have continuing ed to keep it up. It's like a for real proper service. It's billed through, you can check with CMS, it's billed through medical assistance, generally state to state. So it's believe me, there's 1,000 pieces of paperwork. It's well covered. And that's the kind of work I like to do, out in the pit so much. A little more than just sitting in an office and taking calls. Not that I'm not good at it, but I'm good at algebra. I don't want to do that 6 hours a day either. So had some flexibility at work actually with my responsibilities, and that's been over the last couple years. I think they've tried to steer me in directions where they think I would do well, some areas where they're not sure if I'd do, and I've had the chance then to be cross-trained in everything, pretty much. So I can do your data entry, I can diffuse a fight at the recovery center, I can do, you learn all those skills along the way, so. So, also going forward with that support, I'm still going to therapy, still seeing Jay. We see by Zoom now. So last time I saw him was like a week and a half ago, maybe. This wasn't going on with the severity it was then. Not severity, everyone's got something. But this wasn't my something yet. And now it is. And so I have to find out whether we chase it off, we treat it, or we cope with it. I have to cope regardless, but whether or not there's anything to do about it. Even during the course of this video, I've lost my pace a couple times. You'll see there's been some cuts. And if you listen back the Sunday live, I don't want to be that sappy nice guy, oh, he apologized, because it wasn't. It was a very busy live. It was great to see everybody. It was fast moving. And that was cool. I liked that. That's part of having the channel is having the support there. And we had that there when we post a mental health video, if people can relate to it, or if they share their own story that goes with it, or they have some empathy they want to put out there. That's great. none of us are pros. When I say peer specialist, I mean peer. I don't diagnose, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a case manager, I'm certainly not a psychiatrist, though I think I should be probably, given, what is it, earned life credit for something like that, or at least a pharmacy assistant after this long. So, so work's good, therapy's good. I like the Zoom therapy, I can live with it. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but he looks the same on a computer. And we're still doing a lot of the same homework on Socratic reasoning. And I'm surprised I've continued to go to therapy, but I gotta tell you, if it wasn't Zoom, I couldn't do it. They're open the exact hours we are, unless I want to, go down on a Saturday or Sunday. And that's fine, it's whatever. If it's Zoom, I don't really care. You can make it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can prepare for that. I can't prepare for traffic. I can't prepare for getting there. I can't, if I'm having people anxiety that day. So, but I have that support built. So then we got the mental health support, we got mom and dad for family support, we got Mark for the spousal stuff, animal therapy. I still am on my meds, there hasn't been any changes. I've been getting dry mouth though, because there was one that I usually take as needed. Up to 3 a day is what it says on the bottle. It's meant to be for anxiety. I think I take like 1. But it gives me wild dry mouth. Completely. So I'm always walking around with a handful of like sugar-free Jolly Ranchers or a bottle of water or coffee or my Diet Pepsi. Like parched, dry mouth within seconds. You feel like you got the white crusty stuff. But other than that, aside from that stuff, the medications have been okay. They've held up. And I haven't had to have any big adjustments in over 3 months, maybe 6, and I'm still coasting. I'm actually in a better spot than I was 3-4 months ago. Not only am I in the middle of doing something about the things that are concerning me, there's a plan. And it's not just my plan. Sane people participated. So I feel like that's something to look forward to. As far as, okay, what's worth staying sane for? Let's see, it's the last month in my head of summer. August, after Labor Day, it's all done. I'm trying to plan out some stuff coming up that'll make my work a little easier going to the end of the year. I work on a contract that goes on a calendar year, not the fiscal year. So there's a certain number I need to hit, and projected that by 6 months I would have this, and then 8 months I would have that, and we're on track at the moment. I need to keep us on track at the moment, which really does mean not missing much work. It's either means I have to sit on the phone and binge 2 days a week to get a bunch of surveys, or I do a few a day. And they add up, so I have so many per month to submit. So, got a better system at work. I haven't been called out for doing as many things that are kind of flaky or wrong. If there is, it's my feelings and not facts. Because any time of the day I would go in and be like, you want to read me out on this too? Not because they read me out on anything, but I just decided, here's something else you're asking me to do that I'm not great at. Wild. As it happens, we're gonna go from here. Hope you guys saw the Time Warp video. Pieces of it are left all over the house, and the cats like it, but it's a bit much with the cords and everything like that. So, want to keep them healthy and safe too. Somebody has to go to the vet soon. Bandit had his annual shots. I think it's for Oscar. So I'll have to get with Mark and see about that. Bad news, car needs this, cat needs that, groceries need all that kind of stuff. And we've been very fortunate for a couple folks that have been really helpful in helping us stay on track and being kind to us, and financially even helping out a little bit here or there. So we are going in a good motion. We're going in the right motion. I say we because I'm dragging Mark with me. I don't intend to make a lot of plans without him. Remember, he's the muscle, or he was supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the muscle. He's the mind. That's how that's supposed to go. So when we both fall apart in old age of like 45, I'll be senile, but I can still lift things. And that Mark would be maybe immobile, but could read. So it's one of those morbid, dark, I grew up Irish Catholic heritage, not practicing. And those kind of dark humor jokes always work their way in. I think it's off-putting to some people, but Come to Scranton. See how we live. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for listening and indulging this. If you've gotten this far in the video, many, many, many thanks. We'll check in another time when there's something noteworthy for a mental health video. We'll see for next week. Maybe it'll be Steve will try it. Maybe it'll be more mental health stuff. We'll kind of just leave it open there. So there's no promises to be broken. We'll just leave it at that. So thank you very much. We're available on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, that kind of thing. That's what's happening. Our email address is all below. Thanks, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. I think we're going to be checking in. Mark has some stuff too. You know, more breaks in the videos. I love the kitsch, so. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.